Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna,
Very good.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Nitai Gaura Premanandi.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. If I can request devotees to come closer so that we can fill up the space that's between me and you. And as more come, then they will fill up the space behind you. Thank you, Pranav. Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. So today I have been requested by many devotees. Just 1 second, Prabhu. To share how the Lord manifested in Harrisburg, Nitai Gaura Chandra. So the manifestation of the deities actually started by a thought that was given to us by our GBC, Anuttama Prabhu, back in 2018, when the temple became an ISKCON temple. And the first thing he said to me in June was, get Gonitai deities. This is a preaching temple. City temples are always preaching temples, most part. And when we are preaching, the first thing we do is we share the holy name. And Gonitai is known for Harinam Sankirtan. So he said, get the deities, and you will see the magic. Things will happen. This was in 2018. So it took some time for them to manifest, and around during COVID time, and I was just coming into management, so there was a lot of trying to work things out. So there wasn't time to focus on getting the deities. So I think during COVID, around 2020, 2021, I tried to make some connections with few of my devotee friends, how do we get Gonitai deities? So they said to me, I can help you get some connections from Mayapur. So we went through a few devotees, and finally I got hold of one Mataji in Mayapur, and she helped. But the sizes and the style and everything she was saying was not clicking. It just wasn't adding up. Either they were too heavy, or they didn't look the way they should look, And the weight was very heavy also, because we know that how much the flooring of the altar can take. So that went on for about 6 to 8 months. Then I wasn't very happy. I said, no, there's got to be somewhere. And I was very sad, actually. Then I spoke to Ujjwal, who was the Pandit that did the Yagya last week. He said, Mataji, let me help you. And I said, okay, He made 2-3 phone calls. I don't know how many, but he said 2-3. But 2-3 can mean, when Indians say 2-3, it means 200, 300. We just say 2-3. He made many phone calls. He says, I found you the best artisan maker in Mayapur. I said, okay. What surprised me is, I don't know how many of you, I know I haven't, how many of us at the age of 21 has really done a business agreement? I know I haven't. So this boy, young man, Ujjwal, age of 21, made few phone calls, contacted few of his God family members in Mayapur, and got hold of this deity artisan maker in Navadvip. At the age of 21, and I bring that up because it really shows how when we really want the Lord to come, He will empower anybody, regardless of their age. So the deities empowered a 21-year-old man. He was in his last year of college, he still is, wrapping up his last semester, empowered him to contact a deity maker in Navadvip who only speaks Bengali, very little Hindi, and Ujjwal only speaks Hindi and English. Somehow was able to make this connection with this person in Navadvip and struck the deal. And I said, okay. And evidently this Krishna's arrangement that this person, his name is Shankar Prasad Devnath. And he is the best artisan deity maker in Navadvip. This 21-year-old kid spoke, did the struck, did the first down payment, started making the deed. This was probably in the month of October, November. And I don't know how many of you would actually do that, but I surprised myself because, why would a 50-year-old person trust a 21-year-old kid to strike a deal to make a deed in Navadvip Dham? I'm not out of my mind, right? But then I realized how much the Lord was empowering this young man and gave me the belief to trust a 21-year-old to make the deity. So the Pandit, the young man that you saw doing the Jagya last week, it was his arrangement in Navadvip to make the deities as they appear today. And we chose one hand up, one hand down, because that is their dancing pose. And then another reason was because when I saw the pictures of Panchatattva in Mayapur, I really liked Nityananda's hand. It just caught my attention. And I said, no, I want deities like that. This is the dancing pose, Harinam Sankirtan. They'll be going down the streets dancing the holy name, perfect for our temple. And so that's how it all manifested. And this deity was supposed to be completed by the end of January. And we left on February 2nd. And even to go to Mayapur was no joke. I booked my tickets last minute, got the visa last minute. Everything was last minute. But it took devotees to make it happen, to get the ticket. Actually, it took my daughters because I was brain dead to even think of booking a ticket. To get the visa, I think he was Hare Krishna that told me, Mataji, your time is running out, you better book the visa soon. I said, oh yeah, it is, I better book my visa soon. I just was, not hitting me, Krishna's arrangement, we got the visa in 3 days. So that was a blessing in this, again, mercy of Gaura Chandra, And then I don't know how to communicate with devotees because I know I'm going to be getting phone calls. So Nitya Gopal, where is he? By his mercy, he gave us his Indian SIM card. So the whole trip took devotees. On our flight to Mayapur, it was a long flight actually. Here to Dubai was long. From Dubai to Calcutta was short, but I thought the plane would never land. I felt like I was going to live in air forever. It was like, 14 hours, 15 hours? I said, will this plane ever land? I cannot sit here forever. I'm thinking of my office work and this and that. I said, am I going to live here in the air or what? What is this? It's crazy. But as I was on the plane, I was really, really realizing even getting on the plane, getting the visa, everything, it took devotees. Why did it take devotees is because Gaura themselves is of that mood. They are Sankirtan devotees, they are congregational. Harinam Sankirtan means congregational chanting. They bring the group. So when they want to come, they will bring the group with them. They don't work with one person. They're going to pull the strings for us, you know. So the flight was, you know, like I said, of course, we hardly slept. They were full of, you know, no offenses to any kids, parents, please forgive me, but there's crying babies on the plane. So we didn't sleep at all. Even with earplugs didn't work. Krishna's arrangement, we had our GBC on the same flight. Antamapur was on the same flight with us. We were like, whoa, this is Krishna's arrangement. So that was an interesting flight. We landed in Kolkata. We stayed one night because of Parikshit's health. You know, we were not able to get on the road. So next day we got on the road. When we were on the road trip to Mayapur, it was as bumpy as I can ever imagine. I thought I've been on bumpy roads in my hometown, but this was the worst. It was so bad that I had to close my eyes because I get car sick very easily. And when I was on this road trip to Mayapur, all I could think of was, well, not all, part of the time I could think of was Uttakamand, you know, one of the hill stations in India. Because in the 80s, when my family, when I was very young, we had to travel from Coimbatore to Ooty, and it goes up the hill. And the whole way I vomited. That's how car sick I get. So on this road to Mayapur, my husband was awake. I had my eyes shut because I was getting car sick. And I didn't, because if I see movement, I get nauseous. And on the road, I said, Gauranga, it's not easy to get to you. You made this road very bumpy. And the whole time I was thinking, my goodness, here I'm thinking, oh, get a cab, get a driver, go to Mayapur 4 hours, are it chalega? You know, no, it was bumpy. And I said, you are not making this trip easy for me, Lord Chaitanya. So I realized that the road to getting Krishna Prema is bumpy. It is not easy. We think it's easy, we think it's cheap, but it's not. We have to go to the bumpy roads. My father used to say, if you walk on the golden gates, you will not get to where you want, but you have to go to the thorns to get to the Lord. And that bumpy road was definitely that. And on that trip, on the road, I remember my husband telling me, he said, I come to one conclusion. Indian traffic runs on telepathy. Hands down. It runs on complete telepathy. Like everybody knows what the other person is going to do. Complete telepathy. And then another point, I think he was, maybe we were realizing that, because, you know, I've been to India a few times, but it was in the 80s, you know, like way 30, 40 years ago. That's my first time for my husband. So he was shocked. He says, I'm surprised no one got a ticket. And no one dies. No accident. I said, no, there is accident. It's just hit and run. There is accident. They just hit and then, go ahead.
Hare Krishna. So I made one point that said, if the way they drive in India, if they drive in America like that, everybody will get a ticket and everybody will put in. You see the justice, of the, you know, you'll be taken to court or something. It was very, very interesting. But somehow they knew. They knew. This person is coming, that person is coming. Somehow they read minds like that. And that's why
Telepathy.
it works by telepathy.
Completely. And then, as when he said that, I realized, whoa, you know, these guys really give the Supreme Lord a lot of work. Because, you know, we are just taking life for granted, and the good Lord up there is trying to manage like puppets. I said, Krishna, you have overtime, you know, like seriously. I was thinking, this is amazing. So then we finally get to Mayapur at 4 in the afternoon on a Saturday. And the first thing was, you know, I didn't eat because I was getting car sick. And I didn't want to eat that whole afternoon. So in the evening, we got very hungry. And we went looking for prasadam. And little did we know that Mayapur was packed. crowded as they come. And I said, wait, am I in Mayapur or am I in a mela? I said, this is not what I heard from the devotees. This is not what I'm hearing. Where am I, you know? I said, look, we got to go find some prasadam. Went, got some prasadam, came back, and the first couple of days, I have to admit, was very lonely. Lonely in the sense that devotee friends that I knew were not available. Many of them were sick, they were busy, they were this, they were that. And I kind of felt out of place, actually. I kind of felt out of place, and I remember I was praying. I said, Gaura, you brought me all the way from the west to here to feel lonely? I said, I must have just stayed in US, you know, why did you bring me here? I mean, in fact, I said, you could have come on the boat, right? Why did you bring me to bring you back? It felt very strange. And then I said, you know what? Why do I have to feel lonely? I said, I'm going to find myself around Mayapur. So what did I do? Google.com. When Google.com, found myself, okay, this is Govinda's, this is Karuna's kitchen, this is the temple, this is Samadhi. I said, 2.4, I can do this. I'm going to walk, you know, and that's what I did. So we went exploring, and I realized, okay, so I said, okay, the Lord is teaching me, don't sit and wait. You go out and find the mercy. Don't sit. Don't be a sitting duck. Don't feel lonely. Don't feel sorry for yourself. Get your butt up and find your way. Go find the mercy. That's exactly what we did. And Sunday, I remember we wanted to see the deities so bad. Of course, it was packed like anything. Krishna's mercy, the mercy of Lord Chaitanya, we came to what is the building next to the temple? Conch building? Conch building. And the security guard, you know, I hate to say this, and I never told this to my husband, but him not being well was a plus point, because the security guards felt bad, so I got an easy way in to get a shortcut. So it was again, you know, Lord Chaitanya's mercy. So when the security guard saw him limping, and then he asked me, you know, I said, yeah, you know, are you here for the meetings? I said, yes. Oh, Mataji, come this side, come this side. I said, thank you, Lord Chaitanya. I don't have to go to the whole long line, because the line was from the temple to the Govindas, and he can't stand. I said, Chaitanya, you got to give me some help here. This man cannot stand. Such a nice security guard gave us a shoe, and Mataji, you just leave a shoe, you can walk and come back. Just come look for me. I said, I made a good connection. Okay, I got a connection here, right? Went and saw the deities, saw the beautiful life-size Radha Madhava. And I've heard so much about the glories. I've seen their pictures online, but when I saw them, I said, this temple is too small for you. I said, this temple is too small. I said, yeah, you guys need a bigger temple. This is too small for you. I don't know how you're being in this building place. And then we went and saw Lord Narasimhadev, and then we saw Prabhupada, and my husband asked, but where's Panchatattva? I said, I think it's on the other side. He says, I want to go see them. And when he saw them, he went there first before I could. It was like the spiritual world. When I saw Radha Madhava on Sunday morning, and Panchatattva, and Lord Narasimhadev, and Srila Prabhupada, I made a prayer. And I am sharing this with all of you because I felt like it was a very important prayer. I made a prayer to the deities on behalf of all of you. And I said, I am bringing an expansion of you back to Harrisburg. I don't know how you're going to make it happen. I don't know how it's going to work, but I'm bringing you back. Please allow yourself to come back with us and help the devotees of the Harrisburg congregation to increase their determination, their dedication, their sincerity, their commitment to serve you. And that was my prayer every single day, and especially to Panchatattva. Then we came back, and a couple of days went by, And I got an anxiety because the person that was going to help me go see the deities was very busy. And even that, it took Mathura to actually hook me up with, her godbrother Gaura Kirtan. During that time, Pritchett fell sick because he's allergic to dust. He was very sick. Went to the medical store on the Dam. They gave me some herbal teas that helped a little bit, but after 4 or 5 days in the morning when he coughed, I said, no, this does not sound good. It sounded almost like bronchial. I was very, very concerned. Started making some calls for a couple of devotees. We took him to the Mayapur clinic, and they put him on 6 medications, dosed him up, and he was down. He hardly came out of the flat because his health was not good at all for it, and his foot was not good. Purification. And so then Tuesday came, and I texted Gaura Kirtan, and I said, Prabhu, we need to go see the deities. He says, Mataji, but the market is closed at Navadweep. That's why the deities were made at Navadweep. I said, he said, let me call a guy, and, Bengali. He's a Bengali, and a Gurukuli raised in Mayapur. So he was able to tell the guy, let us come see the deities. So this was my first, so then I'll be very honest with you, when we went to Mayapur, my goal of going to Mayapur was not for, I'll make a confession. It was not for spiritual rejuvenation. It was not a vacation. It was not a trip. It was not even chutti, break. No, it was mission. It was completely a mission on my mind that I had to bring the deed back. It was like, So then we finally got on the boat to go to Navadweep, and that was an experience. Navadweep. I thought the Dam was crowded. It's worse than Navadweep. I told myself, thank God I didn't bring Parikshit. He wouldn't have made it. I mean, if he thought that the drivers on the road in Kolkata was telepathy, I don't know what he would say in Navadweep. Probably, cyberspace. It was intense. It was intense. But I just went to see the deities, and the man was very nice to actually keep his shop open. We went and saw the deities, and the deities did not look any way they are today. When I saw them, they had no eyes, no mouth, nothing. Just the very faint drawing, like this, but nothing. Their hands were not patent. They were not even stable. And I told Gaura Kirtan, I'm leaving in 10 days, beta. Will they be ready? I said, please, my flight is booked. They gotta be ready. He says, yes. So he spoke to the guy. But I'll tell you, the person that made the deity, his energy is amazing. He is as down to earth as anyone can imagine. Calm. Shri Nitai Gaura Chandra ki. Jagnabai Subhadra ki jai. He was very calm, man of few words, down to earth, meditative, doesn't say much. And I realized why. Because you have to have that kind of mood to create a deity, to make a deity. You cannot be a mode of passion. It's not going to work. You have to be very meditative and very calm, very intuitive, just focusing. And when he was doing them, I could see the dedication. And amazingly, he had young boys in his shop, 15, 16. No one was above 21. He was the only one that was 30, like almost 50. His helpers were all young boys. And I was so amazed to see these young boys carving deities. I was shocked. I said, from a young age, they were trained how to meditate on the deities, how to paint them, how to carve them, how to create them. I said, whoa. I was dumbfounded. Such young boys carving the deities, and they knew exactly what they were doing. But I have to say, Gaura Kirtan and Harinam, these two devotees, They were so instrumental. If it was not for these two guys, we would not have the deities on the altar today. I have literally asked them to please come and visit us, and you guys will have to meet them. In fact, the first time I met Gaura Kirtan, he was hesitant. He's a Gurukuli, raised in ISKCON, went to Mayapur, and he's met a lot of temple presidents. So he was concerned that this temple president is going to be a snob. And so he kept postponing, oh my God, there's another temple president, this person is going to become a very recluse and won't say much and will think all this and that and uppity or whatever, So finally we met on Monday night, then Tuesday. And after we met Monday night, I think we went for shopping to get some jewelry or something for the deities. And yes, we went to a shop to get deities. And then while we were talking and getting the jewelry, actually the crown that they're wearing is what we got, the first one we got on them on the Monday night. Guru Kirtan was talking to me, and he says, Mataji, but what is your position in the temple? I was very hesitant to say what I was, because being a female leader, not everybody can handle a female as crazy as me. So I had to nicely, very undertone, tell him my position. He said, oh, really? I said, problem? Do you have a problem? Because, don't shoot me, please, He says, no, Mataji, I've met many female temple presidents and many temple presidents, but you're too cool. I said, good. Good, thank you. That's a compliment, thank you very much. And next day, he texted Mathura. What did he tell you, Mathura?
He said, she's very different. Mataji is very different. Is she temple president? She's very different. I think maybe I deleted, but yeah.
Yeah,
I told you.
Yeah, and he was shocked. And then so after that, every single day, Mataji, you want to go shopping for deities? Mataji? I said, okay, yesterday you were hesitant. Today you're very open. And every day he made time for me. Every day. All the outfits that we have gotten, the jewelry, the arti set, the crowns, the deities, everything, it took these two guys, Gaura Kirtan and Harinam. In fact, Harinam, I believe, was Kripa Moya's ashram teacher in Mayapur, Yeah, and amazing devotees, fired up, amazing disciples of Jayapataka Swami, amazing devotees. They helped me a lot in the whole shopping. We were out shopping every single day, and I have never walked that much in my life. Every day I was walking 3 to 5 miles. If I'm on the Dham, it's 3 to 4 miles. When I go to Navadvip, it's extra 1.5 miles. So whenever I come back, my husband will ask me, because my phone has this step tracker thingy, and it'll say how many miles. So he'll ask me, how many steps? 7,000. He goes, you're dead. I said, yeah, I walk too much. Every day, it was between 6,000 to 7,000 steps, every single day. And I'm surprised. And, again, by the mercy of Lord Nityananda and Lord Chaitanya, I never once felt sick in Mayapur. And that took another devotee, Vishnu Gada Prabhu. The day before I left, I was leaving on Thursday. Wednesday, he told me, Anusuya, get these 2 supplements and you will not fall sick. I said, Prabhu, whatever, I cannot afford to fall sick because I have to do shopping. If I fall sick, the whole thing is done. They're not going to come, so you got to make me better. He goes, so he said, get probiotics, 5 billion something, whatever, and some antioxidant. I said, just give me the brand. I'm going to go to the store. I bought it. I took it religiously every single day with my supplements. I never once felt sick. Never once felt sick. I was so thankful because I couldn't afford to fall sick. Friday came, and again, because Parikshit wasn't able to go out. In fact, tracking back a little bit, I wanted to go see my Guru Samadhi. He left his body in 2005. Sunday, we went to see the deities, and Monday I said he couldn't walk. I said, I'm going to go find this temple. Again, there was no one there. What did I do? Google.com. I said, okay, left, right, go around, Pushpa Samadhi. Got that one. Walked all the way there. Then from there, the Pushpa Samadhi of Srila Prabhupada is so serene. That is the best place to chant your rounds. Pushpa Samadhi is the best place to chant your japa. Love it. Absolutely love it. And across that was the Guru Samadhi. And again, it took another devotee who made the arrangement to give us prasad every morning was Nitai Gopal. He had a devotee friend who was who was a disciple of Jayapataka Swami, who was the pujari for Prabhupada's Pushpa Samadhi. Every morning he was giving us so much Prabhupada's Maha Prasad. Every morning. We couldn't finish it. Thank you so much, Nitai Gopal Prabhu. We were fed. We had breakfast every morning. It was amazing. It was amazing. He made sure he'll bring the bag, he'll meet me in front of the Gada Bhavan, he'll give it to me. Devotees took care of us. I said, I don't have to be lonely. The Lord made all the arrangements. You're coming to get me, I'll take care of you. That's exactly what he did. So after the third day, I said, I don't have to be lonely. The Lord is making all the arrangements. He made me get lunch, breakfast, dinner. We're all good. No problem. When I went to see then after seeing the Pushpa Samadhi, I went to go see the Guru Samadhi. And went and saw the Gurus. And of course, I went and saw my spiritual master Samadhi. And was very, very difficult for me. Because that's where his ashes were laid. So all I could do was just cry, naturally. Yeah, that was very, very difficult moments. And then I went and saw my Shiksha Guru, Bhakti Shri Swami Samadhi. There too I cried. These were, stalwart pure devotees of the Lord. So that was my pastime there. 4 to Friday. Friday evening, I was supposed to go shopping. Every day was shop. Friday evening, I was supposed to shop, and I said, you know what? I need to explore Mayapur Dham. If I just come for shopping, and shopping, then it's not very good. So again, I went to google.com. So in the morning, I told my husband, he had his breakfast. I said, I'm going to go find lunch. So rather than finding lunch, I went on a 2-3 hour journey on foot. I've learned the whole Mayapur Dham by heart. I went from left, north, south, east, west, northeast, southeast, southwest. I've learned all the bhavans, all the grocery stores, all the dabbawalas. I've learned everything. I know who has the best dosa too. I've learned everything. That was my Friday morning excursion. I said, if I have to survive in Mayapur, I got to fend for myself. I went on an excursion. I saw the beautiful places. I just walked. It was just like, like a tourist in a different land. So that was a very good experience for me. By Friday, I told my husband, I said, I know you've been sick. Try to make yourself, let's go to the holy places. So again, by the mercy of Balaram Prabhu, by Nitai Gopal's arrangement, he took us to go see the holy places. And the first place he took us was the yoga pit. I think before that was Jagadatma Mishra and Mother Sachi. And next to the temple was the yoga pit. And when Balaram was telling us the yoga pit, I remember me and Pritchard asking him, this is it? Like, this is it? How fortunate are we to really touch the soil that Lord Chaitanya was born? And that's when Pritchard asked me to ask Balaram, and the whole time I was speaking Horrendous, horrible, broken Hindi. Oh my God. I don't think they want to see me again. I can tell you that much. It was horrendous. But anyway, but they were very merciful, so that's good. So, and I asked Balaram Prabhu, can we take the soil? He says, Mataji, very intelligent. Nobody thought about that. Prabhuji is very intelligent. He gave us a hand. That's what we were sharing to the devotees last Saturday, the Saturday before, whenever it was, we got the soil from the yoga pit. Then from there, we went and saw Bhaktivinoda Thakur's Samadhi, Bhaktisiddhanta Maharaj's Samadhi, and then we went to Srivas Angan, at Advaita Bhavan and Srivas Angan. So when we walk into Srivas Angan, my husband asked Balaram, so this is the place of the nocturnal pastimes? He said, yes. Few minutes ago, this man couldn't walk. He was limping. Couldn't walk. Pain like anything. As soon as he knew that was Srivas Angan, but he had to get a reconfirmation, he started dancing. I said, you just had a foot problem 2 minutes ago, Baba. He says, I am in the place of the nocturnal pastimes. It was amazing to walk the ground, Then from there we went to Jagannath Temple. And the deities there are shining and glassy. I have never seen any Jagannath deity as shining and glassy and polished and beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So when we were there, again, because right before we got there, Pritchett told me, I don't think I can go another half hour. My leg is throbbing pain. So I had to ask Balaram. He says, Mataji, 10 minutes, 10 minutes, just right here, 10 minutes. I said, okay, 10 minutes, Indian time or American time? I'm concerned about that because I know he's telling me American time. I don't know what he's telling me Indian time. I have no idea. He said, 10 minutes. I said, 10 minutes? Okay, fine, 10 minutes. I told him 10 minutes. He goes, okay. So thank God it was 10 minutes American time. So we got there, and he was in so much pain. But as soon as he saw Lord Jagannath, again he started dancing. I said, you're weird. You get foot pain, then you dance. You got foot pain, then you dance. And he was, and his leg was numb. His leg was numb. He couldn't even lift his foot, but somehow he went this way. The common sadhu dance, the Swami dance, they call it. That's what he was doing. Saturday and Friday, I think after that, no, that was Saturday. Saturday, we went shopping again. It was shopping every single day. Sunday, the ILS meeting started. And I couldn't attend the whole complete meetings because I was doing a lot of shopping. By the time Wednesday came, I had to skip the whole meetings because that's when we had to finalize. Then Friday, I went to Navadvip to check on the deities to get the measurements because we had to send the dresses, to get all the dresses made. So we went there, and by the time their eyes were forming, the eyes were forming, their lips were forming. Then we told this guy, paint this base, paint the tilak, put the Brahman thread, put the kopin, all that. And they was beginning to, you could see it. And then at the time, the eyes were not done. So then me and Harinam were trying to find what kind of eyes. We want to make it like really catchy. So the person that was painting the eyes was an 18-year-old boy. 18 years. And he had such steady hands. Steady hands. And he was telling Gaurakitan in Bengali, we can do 3D. I said, what is 3D? I've never heard of 3D. I said, what is 3D? He says, no, we can make it look real. I said, do it. So we searched for something close, and we found a beautiful picture of Gonithai's eyes. And I said, make it like this, but 3D. The way his hands was this 18-year-old kid, steady hands, painting the eyebrow and the eyes. I was lost. We literally sat in the store for 1 hour just watching this young kid paint the eyes. 1 hour. Such meditation. Meditation, because you don't see 18-year-old kids meditating nowadays. They'll be jumping off the roof and climbing the trees and shooting and I don't know what they'll be doing. You never find boys sitting and being still. But these boys, young, such meditation, such deep thought, focusing on the eyes and keeping it steady. I was in awe. I said, Krishna, if I can have a drop, just a drop of this young boy's meditation, I don't know where I'll be now. And I even told Gurkatan to tell this boy in Bengali, can you give me some mercy? Because I was caught by the meditation. Young boys, completely beautiful painting. And all the deities, and he makes mainly Gonitai deities. He has some Radha Krishna and some Lord Shiva and Durga, I think, but mainly Gonitai deities, and he's the best in Navadvip. Wednesday came, and we had to go finalize because they're going to pack them, in tin trunks on Thursday. So Wednesday we went to finalize everything, to make sure everything is done, everything is good, everything is painted. We did some last minute here, last minute there, whatever, and finalized the payment. Everything was taken care of, and they said, okay, we will deliver the deities to the flat that you're staying on Thursday, 1 in the afternoon. No, 10:30 in the morning. I said, okay. Got the tin trunks, everything set. Thursday morning, 10:30. They didn't show up. Anxiety, blood pressure went skyrocketing. I said, Gornitai, my flight is booked. When was I supposed to leave? Saturday, right? Saturday. Flight is booked on Saturday, and I call Gurkirtan. Gurkirtan, whatever Bengali magic you do, I don't care. You please tell the man I need the deities in the apartment by this afternoon. He said, okay, Mataji. And Gurukirtan is a very fiery, passionate Lord Shiva Bhakta, although he is a Gurukuli. So he put his drama in that sauce to tell the guy, we need the deities today. Bringing. Thursday went. Never showed up. I said, okay. On top of that, I had to buy bags, 2 suitcases. When whole of Navadvip couldn't find any bags, there was one store that had a bag. But before I bought the bag, Gorakirtan bought a crossbody bag, like the one that Naveen is carrying. So he bought the bag, 450 rupees, something like that. Within 12 hours, the bag broke. I said, "Nee, Baba, forget that shop. I'm not buying the suitcase. The Lord is not going to fall from the suitcase." I said, "No, I don't want a suitcase." But that was the only shop. I said, "Where do I find a suitcase for them?" Came back. Then Friday, I said, "Gurkirtan, we need to find a suitcase." He goes, "Okay, Mataji." So I made 3 trips to Navadvip. I've learned Navadvip also now. I actually know all the temples inside. The Hanuman temple, this temple, I've learned everything. I have gotten a good exposure of Navadvip. And so nice, and Gorakirtan and Harinam are amazing devotees. They took such good care of me. They made sure I was fed. They gave me Navadvip's famous aloo puri, the real, in that leaf thing. They gave me rasagullas. I mean, you name it. They took such good care of me. And I said, "Gorakirtan, I cannot eat. Mataji, you have to eat." I said, "I cannot eat." No, you must eat." I said, "Beta, I am full." "Okay, you take it home." I mean, Misty Doi, such good care. Amazing devotees. I can sing their glories. I mean, they're amazing devotees. We took another turn and found suitcase. I think I bought 1, right? I think I bought 2. A big one and a small one. I said, okay, this one, and get this guy is good. So it was a 28-inch and a 24-inch, okay? The 28-inch was going about 19,000 rupees, 60% off. Whatever that mat comes to, I don't know. The other one was almost 10,000, no discount. Gorakirtan was able to get both the bags for 6,000 rupees. Bengali. It came to 6,200. He did his bargaining, 6,000 rupees. You're not going to die. You're serving Gonitai. 6,000 rupees. The guy took it. I said, Gaura Kirtan, may you live forever. I said, I need you whenever I come to Mayapur. Amazing devotee. Very good bargaining skills. Hands down. Got the bags, because I had to put bags for their clothing and this. I needed 2 more bags for their paraphernalia. Got their aarti trays, quite a bit of stuff we got, you know. Then Friday, Saturday by noon we had to leave. Friday, they're supposed to be like 10 in the morning. Gaura Kirtan said, Mataji, they didn't leave now. I said, Prabhu, my flight is tomorrow, 12 o'clock. You know, you got to bring the deities. He says, Mataji, I'm going to the ghat. I'm going to stand there until they come on the boat. I said, okay. When they come on the boat, I'll call you. I said, okay. He stood there for 2 hours on the ghat, waiting for these guys. He went through so much, Gaura Kirtan. As soon as they came on the ghat, he says, Mataji, I'm coming with the deities. I said, Harival. So the deities came in tin trunks, this big. And they got them very much secured, very, very firmly, where they won't move. But they were very heavy. What, 40 kgs, I think, per tin trunk? 40 kgs. Very, very heavy. So then we were packed, ready to go. Everything was good. All planned. Slept well that night. The Krishna is laughing. All set that night, everything done. Slept very well, ready to bring the Lord back on Saturday. And another help was Jit Mitra. Where is he? His father made an arrangement with a devotee named Panchajanya, who is also a disciple of Jayapataka Swami, who got us a very, very, very nice car to come. Can you grab this child, Prabhu? Thank you. Arranged for a very nice car to bring us back, because the guy that brought us on the first way took us to the really bumpy road. I almost threw up. Thank God this guy took us to the other. I heard that's another route that's not so bumpy. Krishna Chaitanya. I was very happy. I was able to breathe. So that was a very good ride. We got to Calcutta airport at 4 o'clock. Got out of the car. All of a sudden, of course, Parikshit's health, I said he couldn't lift anything. You know, it was just, he was going through a lot of health challenges. So I was helping this devotee to bring bring all, because we came with 7 luggage, 2 tin trunks and 5 luggages. So can you hold the child to you, please? Thank you. Thank you. So then what happened was, all of a sudden, Parikshit couldn't feel his leg. Lost sensation, fell straight on the road. Ploop. Nitai Gaura Chandra ki. And I was scared because I don't know how to lift him, because, you know, he's a big man. We all know that. Krishna's arrangement, 2 men saw him and helped me pick him up. And he said that he just lost sensation.
I couldn't feel my legs at that time.
He couldn't feel his legs. He just stood and...
This is at the airport outside.
At the airport on the road outside. And I said, okay, Krishna. I said, Gaura, you're not making this easy. You're really asking me 1,000,000 times, are you guys ready for me? Went to the airport, about to check in, they wouldn't take the deities. The tin trunks were too heavy. I even paid extra baggage. They said no. I even said and the funny thing is, now this is the joke. The airport authorities were saying, Radhe, 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 but they won't let the deities go through. I said, I said, what does this mean? I said, this is something wrong. I said, look, okay, we 3 hours from 4 p.m. to 7 o'clock, we begged and begged and begged and begged. We even had to unpack our bags to put them from the tin trunk to the suitcase. That didn't work.
And I put it in more detail there, yeah. Because at the airport, they told us that the limit for each piece of luggage, the weight, 32 kgs. And the trunk with the deities were way more than that. 36, the other one was even more.
37.
Yeah, 36.2 and 37, they told us. And no matter what we said, they said, no, we can't. It's not just the airline, but it is a labor law that the people that pick up these pieces
So
of
the
luggage,
bags, yeah.
they have a limit so that they also
So that they don't
never
get
get their
hurt,
bags.
you know.
So no matter what, and as you've been told, it took about 3 hours. They said, well, then why don't you just, how much are the DDs? How much do they weigh? 27 kg. Well, that's under 32 then. So then if you take them out of the trunk, we found out later on that the trunks were 9 kg. So
That's
that
what added the
27
weight.
It goes over. So it was the container that was the issue. They said, why would they take the DDs out and put it in one of the suitcases? And we had 5 suitcases then. We had 3 for ourselves and then 2 for the paraphernalia. We had 5 suitcases and then 2 tin trunks, 7 of them. So then, oh yeah, that's a good idea. We can take them out. So we opened the DD in the trunk, and we saw 2 pieces of wood.
Yeah.
One underneath each DD, one on top
one
of it, and
across.
it's set up so that the DDs don't move at all.
And the wood was
So,
drilled
it's a
to the
question.
tin trunks.
Yeah, question is just take the wood out, then we can take the DDs out. Come to find out, the wood had been drilled, the supports had been drilled into the body
Of the tin
of
trunks.
the tin trunk.
And the airport.
So it would take like screws, ratchets, or somebody with a drill to just cut right through the wood on the sides and take it out. All right, can we get something like that here? They go, no, nobody brings any
There's
tools
no,
in here.
the maintenance don't carry tools in the airport.
And I went to
I said, what
a
airport is
restaurant.
this?
I talked to a guy there. Said, we're so desperate. Can we get, you have a screwdriver or anything? He says, we're not allowed to bring any tools of that nature into the airport. And so we knew that the only
Security.
place we can get tools were the mechanics working on the plane. You can't go down there, definitely won't let you. So then we were stuck. No matter what, we pleaded, they said no.
So
we're
then
sorry.
we unpacked, and at one point I remember we opened the trunks, and I looked at, I think it was Lord Chaitanya. I looked at him, I put my hand on his tummy, literally on his tummy, and I said, what do you want us to do? The flight is at 8:20. We have to board at 7:30. And at 7 p.m., they will not take the DTs.
No, we got there at 4 now.
It got there at 4.
3 hours.
So Invent Shamkar Rishi was also in the same airport, and he told the authorities, these devotees are very nice devotees, give exception, they've been serving for 30-something years, blah, 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 and nothing worked. So 7 p.m. came, my husband said, the DDs are not going, we ain't going. I said, you're right. We tried FedEx, they said 8 days. I said, no, it's going to be late. We tried DHL, they said 6. I said, no, it's going to be
7
late.
days, yeah.
We tried all kinds. We tried DHL, FedEx, nothing. We even nothing. So then I realized, okay, they don't want to go back in the tin trunk. That was just that decision. So we couldn't board the plane. And at that time, I think it was 7 o'clock p.m. that night. I don't know what time it was in America, but I called Ujjwal, Padmanabh, and both my daughters. I said, find me a hotel. We are staying. What happened? I said, I can't talk. Get me a hotel. We'll talk when I check in. I said, I'm frustrated. I was so, like, I don't know what to do. Got into a hotel. When we got to the hotel, and the thing is, we stayed in the same hotel that we flew in the first time.
Yeah,
He said, oh, you're back. I said, yeah, we're back. So we checked in, and the first thing I asked the guy, I said, we have Thakurjis. They are drilled. Can you help us get them out? I opened it, he goes, yes. I said, thank you, Krishna. Okay, there's hope. We stayed in a hotel. The guy came up. He got the maintenance crew. In 15 minutes, they got the wood out. Then we realized, okay, now they got the wood out, so we got to get the DTs out. So the DTs we got the DTs out, of the tin trunks and made them stand on the table of the hotel room because they can't fit in the tin trunk. I mean, doesn't make sense. So the whole night I'm looking at them, and the whole night, when we were sleeping, we were thinking what to do. We were sleeping thinking what to do, how to bring them, what to do, what are they doing with it? That whole night. Next morning, he had realizations, I had realizations. And finally, we realized the tin trunk was 9 kgs. The these are 27 kgs. So that added more weight, plus the wood. I said, okay, we need a suitcase to bring them. But we need a worldwide light weight. What did I do? Google.com. That was the best friend for me the whole time in India. So I had to find stores that would sell suitcase. Went to the whole list. I made all my notes. What is open on Sunday? Oh, and then the night before, because we missed the flight, we had to book a different flight. We were on the phone for 3 hours booking the flight.
So who was on the name? Who was?
Ujjwal and Rajagopi. Trying to book a flight.
Yeah.
Singapore Airways didn't work. Lufthansa, I said, no, I'm not doing Lufthansa with Vistara, Air India. That ain't going to work. They're just going to come in one flight. They're not flying. I said, no, they're going to come in the same flight. That didn't work. We tried, I don't know what airways we tried. Nothing worked. Finally, we tried Qatar Airways. And Qatar Airways, her card didn't go through. I said, okay. His card didn't go through. I said, the money is there. What the heck is going on here, My first card didn't go through. I said, this is the only hope. If not, call Hare Krishna. I said, if not, call Hare Krishna. We need to bring the deities back. I don't know what else to do. Finally, that card went through. Then I realized one thing really powerful. The time the deities decided not to get in the flight, on the Emirates flight, and the tin trunks, was about the same time you all had your Gundicha. Same time. Exact same time. Next day, so when I went and took the names of the shops where I can get the suitcases, I asked the front desk. She says, ma'am, you go to this one, it's all in one stop. I told my husband, we're going to find a suitcase to bring them back. Lightweight. It has to be 32 kgs or less. They are 27, so we kind of figured out the math. Yeah. So we went to some mall, I don't know what mall, I don't care where it was the mall. We went to the mall, we went to the American Tourister store, they had one suitcase, world's lightweight 2.9 kg. Get it. Got it. I told my husband, 27 plus 2.9, 30 kgs, put the sari around 31 kgs, we got it. Now we need another one for Nityananda. I said, but that's 3.2 kgs. We're like, okay, we brought the measuring tape, we brought the weighing scale to the store. You think, is this woman crazy or what are you doing in the store, measuring and weighing stuff? What the heck is going on? I said, we got to put. So the 3.2 kgs, can you keep the kids, Haribal, boys, can you sit still? Thank you. So I said 3.2 kgs, 27, 30.2, not bad. Wrap the saris around, we got it. I said, this is the best bet. These were the only 2 lightweights.
One more point.
Please.
At the hotel, fortunately,
yeah,
they had a very fancy scale. Yes. Very, very, very good scale. We
up
had
to the third
scale,
decimal point.
Yeah. 1,000th of a kg. So yeah, they had it just downstairs,
Yeah.
so all we had to do was pack it, and then we go down and get it measured, because we didn't want to go to the airport and get stuck again. So
No.
we had to make sure we were under
was a
32
yuck,
kg
yeah.
for both suitcases that the ladies were in.
So then but the hotel staff was very helpful because they know they were deities and they were Gonitai. They literally came to our rooms many times. Do you need help? Do you want to do this? So accommodating, amazing. So by the time next morning we went out for breakfast, the whole hotel staff knew that we had deities. They just spread the whole world around, like, okay, these people are sadhus carrying deities. I'm like, okay, Haribol, perfect. So then what happened was, we got the bags. Around the same time we got the bags, and they were not cheap, by the way. We paid $475 for those bags. I said, Gonitai, you're pretty intense. But they were the only light vehicles, so I got the bags. Came back, I told my husband, and guess what? And Saturday was our flight. We canceled that. So the next flight was Monday, 3 in the morning. So then Sunday, we went out for shopping, came back, he took a nap. I said, I'm going to pack all the bags. So I took all the 7 bags out, put all of the for the hotel room, packed everything, and I weighed each one of back. 32 kgs or less, weighed every one of them. Everything was below 32 kgs. I said, thank you, Krishna. And then I realized one thing. The reason the deities, this is my realization, the reason I felt the deities did not want to come in the tin trunk, one was because for some reason, they didn't want to come in the tin trunk for whatever reason. I don't know what it is. But I also realized that, again, the Gundicha was happening. All the devotees were so enthusiastically, dedicatedly, committedly cleaning, fixing, replacing this and that, that I felt that they were saying, are you ready for me? Because I'm coming. So it was like a test. One more day, let me stay in Kolkata to make sure they really want me to come. So after the Gundicha happened, everything was completed, we were able to get the bags. We went to the airport at 10:30. I told my husband, it's a 6-hour wait. I don't care. We're going to check in the bags. They have to be checked in. Got to the airport, waited till 11 o'clock. Check-in started. No, 11:30, check-in started. We were like chanting. We were like going, we were like chanting heavily, you know, like intensely. So we got to the check-in point. Drama again. One side, 4 bags went in, the 2 bags. They took in Lord Nityananda. Lord Chaitanya. I said, okay, Krishna, what the heck is going on here? I said, I cannot cancel the 3rd time because there's too much money for flights. I said, what the heck is going on here? I said, please, please. And then they found out that the baggage, because I had to pay extra baggage. It was not showing on their system, but I have a receipt for it. So that took 45 minutes. I said, but sir, I have the receipt. I paid the baggage. Yes, ma'am, but it's not showing on our system. I said, Bhaiya, I paid. They have to go on this flight. Please, I said. But it is not showing. So they called some other guy. I said, sir, I have the receipt. I paid the baggage. 4 bags went in. They're all below 20. In fact, all the other 5 bags were below 23 kgs. Only the 2 deities were 32 or less. I said, please let them go. And I said, they are deities. Ma'am, no problem. We understand that, but we cannot find the receipt. Prabhu, I'm showing the receipt. I paid it, Baba. Because I wasn't going to stay in Kolkata again for another night, let me tell you. Finally, the big guy came and said, she has the receipt. Write a receipt. I had to pay another $700 US. $700 US. I said, take my whole bank account. Just put me on the flight with the deities, that's it. Check them in, take my whole bank account. So then I said,
the arrangement was we'll have to pay the extra because it's not showing on the computer. So they'll take the money and now give the receipt that it's paid, and then when we come back, we will have to arrange with the airline and explain to them and get a refund.
Which I haven't done yet, so forget that story. So I'll wrap up in 5 minutes, and I'll wrap up in 5 minutes. So then finally, when the guy allowed the other 2 bags to come in, I had to pay $700 on top of already paying extra baggage. I said, fine. So again, same thing. Both my credit cards. One card didn't go through. I said, oh God, Krishna, please, Krishna, no more Kolkata. Please, I know I want to go back, no more Kolkata. Second card. He said, it went through. I said, thank you, Krishna. Paid $700 extra on top. So I paid $1,400 for extra baggage. Okay? On top of that, so one of the bags was 32 kgs. He said to the other guy, just let it go for 23 kgs. I said, thank you, Krishna. That is how the deities came. Now, when the deities were in the bag, because they were secured, but not as secured as in the tin trunk. We strapped them down with the seat belts, we bandaged them, we put duct tape, I put my saris, my chadar. In fact, Ujjwal told me, Mataji, your chadar will get, I said, I don't care if my whole saris get ruined, let them come in one piece, Baba. I don't care even if the wedding sari gets ruined, I don't care. Let them come, that's all I care about. Finally got them, and then one of the bags, Nityananda's hand was sticking out. I said, okay, I hope they make they don't poke through the bag. I was so scared because they are brass. I know they are brass. So I told my husband, I said, they'll be fine, no? They won't break. He says, the deities will break someone. They won't break the deities. I said, okay. But I was so mental. Thinking, oh my God, the hand is sticking out of the bag because it was poking out, you know. I said, oh my God, what if they break or something? There's
one more thing that we did, though. Remember we went for the wrapping of the...
Oh, and then we did the shrink wrap. So that also, I think, supported them really tight, you know.
Yeah.
So when they checked in, I could see Nityananda's hands, you know, going out like this. And I was so scared that because they'll toss and this and that. So from here, from Kolkata to Dubai, I was so mental. I said, oh my God, what if they break, what something happens, whatever. I was so crazy, mental crazy, that I got so tired mentally, I slept to Dubai. And I think they said, you know, you crazy woman, why are you worried about me? I'll break someone. They cannot break me. So you just sleep. So I slept until Dubai, and then we came to JFK. That was another Leela. So when I told Hare Krishna, Prabhu, you know, we need someone to pick us up from the airport. Jit Mitra was busy, Shaurabh was busy, devotees were helping Josh with the altar, you know. I said, who can pick us up? He was requesting. So Hare Krishna called me and told me, Mataji, you don't worry, you just come, I'll handle it. When I came here, when I knew that the poor man was in full anxiety, who's going to come pick us up? He says, Mataji, I was very cool, but I was in anxiety. Who's going to come get you? Nitya Gopal came and picked us up.
Yeah. Nitya Gopal and Rukmini.
And Rukmini. And they came with prasad. Fed me until I was drunk sleeping in the car, in the van, completely. So when they came, again, we had to bring them off the baggage claim. I'm only thinking, deities. So as soon as they came off, I said, let me get the deity bags, you know. They were the shrink wrap ones. So as soon as they came out, I was feeling, okay, they're in one piece. Hand is here, leg is here, everything is one piece. I was so worried. Then as soon as we brought them home, because no one could see them. No, even my girls didn't see it, only him and I saw it. I unzipped it because I wanted to see if they were intact. They were intact. And I said to them, why in the world did you come in a suitcase? Tin Tang would have been better. But they had their reasons. And that is why we came one day late. It's them. So these deities, in 1 minute conclusion, they were testing our faith. They were testing to see, are we ready? Because if we say we are ready, we operate on their time. They don't operate on our time. It never happens that way. We operate on their time. So our life circulates around the deities. And what I have seen in Mayapur is exactly what happened. Our lives were completely, the flight, the customs officers, you name it. It was all around them. They were deciding whether they want to come or not. They were testing us. Are you ready? Because if I come, you've got to take care of me. I'm not coming just to stand here. You're going to take care of me. You're going to come see me. You're going to come serve me. So that is their test. They are amazing devotees and deities, and like I said, they are named Nitai Gaura Chandra by our GBC Anuttama Prabhu, and they have already started their leelas, and I'll end with this. Few nights ago, we have deity service on the altar, and one night, Lord Chaitanya's one earring was missing. looked all over, the floor, the altar, all over. One earring was on, the other one was missing. I'm thinking, where in the world could it be? Probably it's not tucked in the wig or something. Do you know where the other earring was? Give a wild guess. In the closet. In the cupboard. How it got there, I have no idea. So they have started their pastimes. Be ready. They are going to play with our pastimes, and we are going to be engaging in their pastimes. We are going to be part of their pastimes, because now our life operates on their schedule. Our existence is there. Srila Prabhupada ki, Nitai Gaura Chandra ki. We will get ready for Guru Puja. Who's doing Guru Puja?
Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Srila Prabhupada. Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Srila Prabhupada. Shri Guru Charana Padma Kevala Bhakati Sanma Shri Guru Charana Padma Kevala Bhakati Sarma Bandamoi Savadhana Mate Jahara Prasade Bhai E Bhavaturiya Jai प्राप्ति होय जहाँ होय ते कृष्ण प्राप्ति होय जहाँ होय ते गुरुमुख पद्म वक्या चिते ते कोई आय क्या गुरुमुख पद्म वाक्या चिते ते कुरिया क्या अरना कोरी हो माने आशा अरना कोरी हो माने आशा श्री गुरु चराने रति ऐसे उतामा गति श्री गुरु चरणे रति ऐसे उतामा गति जय प्रसाद पूरे सर्व आशा जय प्रसाद पूरे सर्व आशा चक्षुदान दिलो जे जन्मे जन्मे प्रभु से चक्षुदान दिलो जे जन्मे जन्मे प्रभु से दिव्य ज्ञान हृदय प्रकाशित दिव्य ज्ञान हृदय प्रकाशित प्रेम भक्ति जहाँ होते अविद्या विनाशा जाते प्रेम भक्ति जहाँ होते अविद्या विनाशा जाते वेदे गाय जहाँ रचरित वेदे गाय जहाँ रचरित श्री गुरु करुणा Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Iti Namine Krishna Pristhaya Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Iti Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Tasya Chadeshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktavrinda Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Krishna
Jai Om Vishnupad Paramhansa Privajikacharya Stotara Satyasishi Maharaj Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Shri Prabhupada Ki Nityalila Pravishta Om Vishnupad Paramhansa Privajikacharya Stotara Satyasishi Maharaj Divine Grace Shri Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Maharaj Prabhupada Ki Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Namacharya Shri Haridas Thakur Ki ISKCON founder Acharya Shri Prabhupada Ki Prem Shri Kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivachari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Ki Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopi Gopiraj Shyam Kund Radha Kund Giri Govardhan ki, Vrindavan Dham ki, Mayapur Dham ki, Navadvip Dham ki, Jagannath Puri Dham ki, Ganga Mai ki, Jamuna Mai ki, Tulsi Devi ki, Bhakti Devi ki, Shri Nitai Gaura Chandra ki, Samaveda Bhaktavinda ki, Nitai Gaura Premanande. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the lotus feet of Sri Sri Guru and Gauranga.
Namaste Nara Shringaya Namaste Nara Shringaya Adbhuta Shingam Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tanubhinga Keshavadrita Naida Hari Rupa Jaya Jagadesha Hare Jaya Jagadesha Hare Jaya Jagadesha Hare Otavakara Kamalavadena Khan Adbhuta Shingam Dalita Hiranyakashipu Anubhingam Keshavadita Narari Rupa Jaya Jagadesha Hare Jaya Jagadesha Hare Jaya Jagadesha Hare Jaya Narsinghare, 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 Jaya Narsinghare. Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj. Nitai Gaura Haribo, 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 Nitai Gaura Haribo. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Srila Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Srila Gurudev. Gopramanandi Vana ki jai, Prahlad Maharaj ki. Gopram.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna. Hare Hare. Hare Rama. Hare Rama. Rama Rama. Hare Hare. Srila Prabhupada ki. Nitai Gaura Chandra ki. That was an extra chai. I like that. I missed last Sunday, so I missed out on the ecstasy of what it was like. But just for my selfish benefit, what do you guys think of having deities in the temple? It adds an extra layer of wanting to come and see them. Very nice. And one thing that I forgot to mention is that a very nice devotee in Mayapur actually shared with us that whenever we go to the Holy Dham, we should not just go, visit, explore, shop, and come back. When we go to the Holy Dham, we have to bring the Holy Dham back with us. That's the key point. Sometimes we go for our own spiritual benefit, which is nothing wrong, it's perfectly fine. Going for our own spiritual benefit, our own spiritual rejuvenation, to chant better, to go deeper, perfectly fine. But when we come back, we cannot leave it and come back. I'll give a good example. When we visit our families, right? Some of us want to get our mommy's cooking. Nothing beats mom's cooking. But she has a special recipe. And sometimes we want to know what is the recipe. So we have to bring that recipe back so that we can make it in our house. Same thing with the Holy Dham. So when we go to the Holy Dham, we have to bring the Holy Dham back with us. So it is now on us as the congregation to make this place Mayapur Dham. And especially because the deities were actually made in Navadvip. Across the river of Mayapur, it's even more that they are, when we see them, they are telling us, I'm here to stay, make this my home. Navadvip Dham, Mayapur Dham. Hari Hari Bol. Couple of announcements. Before I forget, just going to pull up my notes here. And also, I never got a chance to thank the devotees properly. I may have, I may not have, but I really, really want to thank each and every devotee for really giving your time and your dedication and your effort and everything in the Gundicha cleaning for Gonitai. Really. I mean, to me, it's a transformed temple. You know, now I think I heard that the week before we came back, the first thing that Hare Krishna asked was, can we see each other? Because there's so much light in the temple now. I know that I can see better because now I don't need to wear my glasses so much. So there's a lot of changes. And it's all because of everybody's effort. Hours of building and restructuring and painting and cleaning. In fact, I remember Friday night, before the festival, Jit Mitra sent me a text saying, Mataji, 1,400 pounds of trash. I said, Haribol, I love getting rid of trash. Let me tell you, ask my husband, I won't think twice, I'll just trash everything. I'm just, 6 months out of the pitch, I pitch it. So it's very nice that we got that much trash out of the temple. So we got to clean out the energy so that the Lord can come. So there's a lot of leelas involved in the pastimes, why it took so long for them to come. So all of you, kudos to yourself, pat yourself, hug each other. You did an amazing job. Amazing job. So before anyone leaves, if we need about 8 men, 10 men, total of 10 men. We built a permanent structure, the Yagna Kund pit that is sitting outside. It is very heavy. And we need to lift that onto the trailer that's behind by the shed. And we're going to cover it with tarp. So that will belong to us. So if we can get about 10 men to help Saurabh, and after the program, so we can quickly carry that, put it on the trailer, covered with tarp, that way it's protected because it has wood and we don't want the wood to rot, so that's the important thing. So please don't forget to do that. Third announcement is tomorrow is Gaur Purnima, Lord Chaitanya's birthday. And tomorrow we have a very special guest. Our GBC is coming, His Grace Anutama Prabhu. It was him, as I said, that named the deities. He has not seen the deities. He just got back from Mayapur yesterday. He just got back from Mayapur yesterday teaching a course. So he wants to come and see the deities and take the attention of the deities. So now Anantama Prabhu is very, very, very time conscientious. He used to be a book distributor. So he is very, very time. So he's going to be at 5:30. He just texted me like a few hours ago. So we request devotees to please, please, please be on time. It being a weekday, we want to start on time and on time so we can go back on time. So 6 o'clock, we will start with bhajans. 6:30, we will have Pushpa Abhishek. The reason we are having Pushpa Abhishek and not the regular Abhishek is because we had it last week. Number one. Number two is they have still kind of freshly new paint on them. We don't want especially the honey, to kind of remove the paint because it's still freshly new paint. So at least for tomorrow, we'll do Abhishek on them, Pushpa Abhishek. We'll start at 6:30, go on to 7:15. 7:15, we have 4 Sunday school classes doing dramas. So it'll be a very, very nice opportunity for our GBT to actually see how wonderful our children are performing in Sunday school. That's a wonderful, wonderful testimony. So we'll have that will go on till 8 o'clock. Anantama Prabhu will speak about 20 minutes or so, and we'll follow up by Aarti at 8:30, and it'll be Prasadam at 9 o'clock. So, but we need to start on time, so please do as much as you can to please start on time. Having said that, we got a lot of positive feedback from devotees, guests from our last festival, which was last Saturday. Everybody said that they felt like family in this temple, which is very rare, let me tell you. Everyone said that they felt like family, they felt like a community, they really enjoyed it, they had an ecstatic time. Tomorrow we have another festival coming up, and the only thing that we could have done better, and the fault is definitely on the temple management, because I got back a week, I only had like 5 days to plan everything. So I didn't have the time to even breathe, so it's actually my fault, and I humbly apologize to all of you for not getting it together. The only concern that we had was many devotees did not get enough prasadam for the lunch day, not the dinner. So my humble request is tomorrow, we are the hosting temple. We should serve the guests first. We are the hosting temple. So when we host, we should serve them. And when we serve them, what's left we'll have. When we watch them, we'll become full. I promise you that. That works wonders. And if you think of Srila Prabhupada started Food for Life because he didn't want to see anyone go hungry 10-mile radius. So we need to make sure that when we are expecting about 150 people tomorrow. So if we have guests, if we all can collectively host and make sure that our guests are taken care of, and then we know that, okay, if the guests are happy, then we are happy. If the guests are happy, Krishna is happy. So please do make a note of that so that we can serve our guests properly tomorrow. Lastly, the nursery room downstairs, we humbly request parents, if your kids are playing in the nursery room, please clean up after your child. When it leaves, it's a big mess, and it always ends up on the boys, the men. We don't want to give it on them, so it's actually a good training, actually. It's very good to train children to start cleaning up behind themselves. If not, then they'll think that, anywhere I go, I'll make a mess, someone will do it for me. So if we all can take the responsibility, if our kids are playing in the nursery room, to please, please, please make sure that before they leave, to please clean up so that the room comes back to normal and we can go on serving. And did I miss anything else, Hare Krishna? I think we're good, right? Once again, I want to thank all the sponsors. We are still working on the gifts for the sponsors. We haven't gotten there yet. Hopefully the next week, but we want to thank all the sponsors for making the festival for Nitai Gaura Chandra a huge success. Huge success. And I can tell you they are very, very happy. Very, very happy. So thank you all, and may we all, my humble request and prayer is, may we all step up step up the game, as they say in America, right? If I got the right lingo, we gotta, is that right lingo, Josh? Thank you. I mess it up all the time. So we gotta step up the game, increase our service attitude, increase our commitment, our dedication, everything, and our lives around them. Yes, Manoj Prabhu. Thank you. If there is anything I brought from Mayapur, it's the soil from the yoga pit where Lord Chaitanya was born. There's Mahaprasad. Is the Mahaprasad? It's downstairs. That Mahaprasad is from Radha Madhava, Panchatattva, and Sri Prabhupada's Pushpa Samadhi, and Nitai Gaura Chandra. So we tried to bring Mayapur to you. Let's also, so that we all can make this Mayapur Dham. Nitai Gaura Chandra ki. Perfect. And because it's Gaur Purnima, it's also a very, very, very perfect time to read about the glories of Lord Chaitanya. Beautiful time. And if you need to know about him, Chaitanya Charitamrita, beautiful. It explains the whole pastime of who the Lord is, why he came, his Leela, who he is, everything. And if you want to get the book, and I think it's 3 books in a set, 3 books in a set, yeah. Adi Leela, Madhya Leela, and Hanante Leela, 3 sets. Please do see Nitya Gopal Prabhu, Aswana Gauranga Prabhu. And it's a beautiful time to actually get the book, especially on Gaur Purnima, being the birthday of Lord Chaitanya. Very important. Want to welcome Chaitanya, my god brother, and his wife Ratsasuka. What a coincidence. Nitai Gaura Chandra and Chaitanya, huh? Hari Hari Val. Thank you and they came all the way from Baltimore, so thank you so much for coming again. Hari Val. Hari Hari Val. Wonderful. Thank you so much. Looking forward for more dances. Dinesh Prabhu, Hare Krishna. Hari Val. Thank you so much for coming. Durai. Hare Krishna. We'll talk. Thank you so much for coming. Is this your first time? Good. Keep coming. If you've been here, make it every week. Believe me, you hook up with us, you become like us crazy. I promise you that. That's the only way to survive in this Krishna consciousness is you got to be wild and crazy for the Lord. And dance.
Ask him how crazy I am already.
Hari Hari Bol. Wonderful. Thank you so much. We look forward to seeing you all tomorrow. Please do have prasadam downstairs. We're going to have, the kids are going to come up and do their drama while we all go down and feast. We do that best, right? Haribol, Rohin, can you put the
Mahaprasade Govinde, Mahaprasade Namo Brahmane Vaishnave, Namo Brahmane Vaishnave. Svalpa Punyavatam Rajan, Svalpa Punyavatam Rajan. Vishwasune Vajayate, Vishwasune Sharirar Vidyajal, Sharirar. Yogendriya dahe kal, Yogendriya dahe kal. Jive pale vishay sagore, Jive pale vishay sagore. Tara mate jivayati, Ilo bholmoy sudharmati. Chitaka tin samsare, Hare Krishna baro daya moy, Krishna baro daya moy. Gauri bare jivo jai, Gauri bare. Swaprasadam dilo bhai, Swaprasadam dilo bhai. Sayanamrita paus. Radha Krishna guna gao, Radha Krishna guna gao. Premita ko Chaitanya Nitai, Premita ko Chaitanya Nitai. Jai Nimai, Jai Nitai, Jai Nimai, Jai Nitai. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Jai Shri Krishna. Prabhu Nityananda, Prabhu Nityananda. Shri Advaita Gadadhar, Shri Advaita Gadadhar. Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda, Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Ram Ram Hare Hare. Mahaprasadam ki Jai Jai Shri Radhe Shyam. Jai Jai Shri Radhe Shyam. Jai Jai Shri Radhe Shyam. Mahaprasadam ki Prasadam is served downstairs.
Eat and practice. Eat
helps out. No injuries. So we have to share the food stuff downstairs. I don't have much now. How about you? What's that? Thank you.
That's how they chant and dance, You have to are you familiar with it?
I'll take a light. Should I take a light?
Yes, because it may affect your health also.
I see my doctor.
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu recommends the most purificatory process is the Hare Krishna. If you like the way you do, you can do the like some Buddha or something, you chant Hare Krishna. Dance. People like you, you will have wonderful emotion. If you have that in going to public, making it attending for the public,
Yeah.